to the Veteran Experience Podcast. I'm here with Eddie, Nicholas, and our special guest today, Dan Ghost Woodman. We'll get into his many aspects and interesting points about him in a little bit. Just want to thank Armed Forces Brewing for this platform, and thank everybody for joining us. Feel free to comment. We have our eyes over there. Claire's watching the comments, and we'll relay anything important. I
got to start by I accidentally called Dan Goodman initially, so he corrected me. It's not Goodman, it's Woodman, which I've never heard Woodman, but I've heard
much more masculine.
He's a man of the woods. Well, he's got a solid beard. He looks like
he's got a real head of hair and everything. Yeah. Anyway, I apologize.
Not like my comb over. I'm embracing and hiding at the same time. You embrace
the comb over. But yeah, so like I said, thanks to our Forces Brewing Company with their delicious beers that they provide and the platform here. This show basically is taped out of our VFW, where we all sit on the as officers, and we pride ourselves in serving the veteran community and active military community and their families and community at large here in South River, New Jersey. We host events, we host fundraisers, and we try to host people on this podcast to get their word, their message out there. If they have some service they're offering or something, a new idea or a skill, we have them on, we talk about it, and we keep it moving. We get some exposure for them. What little it is currently, but whatever.
Yeah, I think we should take a moment to apologize for last week's audio technical issues, but we have squared that away.
We're now hardwired
into that router. None of this Wi-Fi.
Just regular wired, hard.
We're going old school.
Yes. Then we were all dogging out.
You know what? I imagine
I'm gonna be wired. I want it to be hard.
Originally, DSL. So you guys upgraded it.
Well, we are a little bit above your average VFW, but most VFWs are a little slacking, but that's okay. They're coming around little by little. We're just leading the pack. That's all.
All right. So, I guess we'll get right into it. How's your week been, Nick? What's going on? I think that.
So my week was like, it was actually started out chaotic. On Monday, my car broke down in the middle of Route 1.
Like the middle lane.
Yeah, the middle lane in the middle
of that guy, you mother.
And it was something with the battery and these new cars.
Everybody hated you driving.
It was the worst experience ever because everyone's yelling at me like I want to be there. Like
they're still like, keep your car maintained, you mother.
I'm like, and it's a nice Highlander. It's a 2022, and the battery it was a used car, so we just got it last year. So the battery and it does this auto start thing where it shuts the engine off.
I had that disabled on my BMW.
So then the shit just turned off. It was terrible, but I got it done.
Do you recall any of the names that were thrown your way?
Dude, so I thought someone was going to hit me. Someone was going like 70.
I want to block 2 lanes with the body.
So someone was going like 70 miles an hour on Route 1 and definitely not paying attention. And went whoosh, and then you feel the car shake. So I was like, then the cops came, and then we pushed the car out of the way because I just couldn't do it myself. And not
very disappointing.
Yeah. I could push it myself.
You could have lied.
I just didn't want to push it.
No one could have checked you. You could have been like,
everyone's driving and trying to kill you. So then that happened. While that was going on, Claire, my lovely wife, at the turntables here, is that what we call them? But
the ones and twos.
The ones and twos. We had flooding in our we have a split level, and then the water heater got fucked up, and then water was everywhere. So then they were while this was all happening at once.
Did you use the same mechanic for both? Not the problem.
Potential.
So all your various things that you neglect generally came to a head in 1 week.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was terrible.
Hey, gentle. I think there was a furnace normally.
Well, the battery, that wasn't my fault.
Well, they say things come in threes, so one more tragedy is coming.
Tragedy.
Don't worry, Claire's cursing back there at Storm, and you can't hear her. I promise you.
Fair enough.
Pardon her French.
Yeah, I'm back to work this week. So this is day 3. I'm back at work after a week's staycation. As you'll notice, I have a better tan than last week. I've been working on it. So I was too broke to actually go anywhere. So I've been around pools and the beach all week.
That's not bad.
Yeah, man, Harley's still in the shop. I wouldn't say it's a lemon I bought. I still love it, but it's I've been finding little things, and I want to get it right because I'm not going to try. Those things Yeah, they just
Crazy.
rattle
Aren't
they
they
just fall apart.
expensive?
I mean, they're not much. No, now they are. They're really starting to get crazy. If you get like a full dress, like
Yeah.
you know, like a heavy duty one, they're talking 30, 35, 40, you know, before getting crazy with the upgrades.
Now, our guest Dan is an avid bike guy.
He
You,
is.
you
Yeah.
agree
Yeah,
about
I am.
that?
I was just thinking about the same thing. I bought my bike, and probably about 3 months after I bought it, I was riding it out in Pennsylvania with a large group of people, and my shifter peg just fell off.
Just rattled right off.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there like turning all askew, just trying to be able to
Yeah,
shift. And fortunately, we were on our way to Pocono Harley Davidson,
Yeah.
so when we got there, I was able to
yeah.
purchase a new one. But yeah, they're a little bit sensitive.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
going to change? You're going to change what you're doing, the way you ride? Would that help?
No, that's the nature of having a Harley Davidson. Like I said, when you buy it used, particularly used, you don't know what was done maintenance wise. You know,
You know,
I just no, there was this thing sat most of the last 5 years. It had like 1,000 miles on it in the last 5 years, and the guy had it for I think 10 years. It's a 30-year-old bike. He had it for 10 years, and he put like 5,000 miles on it in 10 years. Like it sat in a garage, like you know. So a lot of the stuff was like dry rotted tires, tired out brakes, bushings on the handlebars. Everything was dry rot. Everything rubber was shot. I had to replace all that stuff, and this is in the weeds anyway. So yeah, it's in the shop, but I'm confident it'll be good as new. That thing is like that's built bulletproof. You know? Yeah, the sport bikes. There's something to a Harley. I love it. And, you know, it's like riding a lazy boy down the road. But the sport bike, it's like having like a Corvette. Like you can beat on it, and it's gonna be able to take it. Like if you have like a '57 Chevy, you can't go crazy with it. It's gonna fall and break. You know, like that's just how the nature of that is. But anyway, Eddie, how's your week?
Better than that, actually. I took I was going to ask you about the motorcycles. Should I revisit a Honda or Kawasaki?
Like
with
as in
this
like
information?
like a cruiser? Oh,
yeah.
No. If you find a Harley, like I said, you're gonna most likely get a used one. So it's gonna have its things. And again, like when I bought this one, I took it to the shop. That guy was highly recommended, and I said, go through it like it's yours. Like you just bought it used, and you don't know anything about it. Like every little maintenance thing, assume it hasn't been fixed. Check it, see if it was, and give me a list of what you think absolutely needs done, and give me some things that probably should be done, and then maybe some possible upgrades that that it doesn't have but it could use. So I got a long list of things that had to be done. So the other list got real short, real fast. I did all that stuff. I spent a fair amount of money, and then it had another little issue. It was, some wobbling. They called it the death wobble, but it's got a name like that. You want to address the death wobble. So yeah. So I took it in, and it turned out to be one of the rear shocks. One of them hits one on each side, and one of them was blown out, so it was getting like an uneven kind of tilt. So when you get on like a bend on the highway, it would kind of start to wobble a little bit, and it doesn't feel good when you're doing 70, and probably like me wearing shorts and a t-shirt, you're like, I'm not going to last long on the skidding down the highway. So I was like, let me go address this. So was that, and then while he's there, now he finds the brakes or front brake, not even just the shoes, the actual calipers or whatever fucked up. So I had to replace both of them, and they're chrome, like they were like $700. So I was like, oh man, it was a bit of labor. It was quite a bit of money. But anyway, like I said, again, he went through it top to bottom, and it should be tip top within the next 2 or 3 days. So it's what it is. It's kind of like having a boat, but on like a lower case. I had a boat for a few years back in the day, and everybody knows with a boat, anything breaks, it's 100% minimum, if not way more. So having a Harley is kind of like that. You're gonna have your issues. It's guaranteed to break. You just don't want it to be an issue that's gonna be catastrophic. So and like you said, if you're in a big enough group of Harleys, and you're going any good distance, someone's breaking down. Like hopefully somebody that was a good mechanic, and you got some tools, and you can run to a Harley shop or something. But yeah. Anyway, your week, sir.
Yeah, it was better than that. Actually, I went to Plymouth, Mass. I practice like fucking it up now. Massachusetts for the last few days. It was a fun little town. It's on the ocean. I learned a little bit about the Mayflower. Here's some quick fun facts. It was supposed to be a 2-ship expedition. The first ship, called the Speedway or the Speedwell, had mechanical issues, so it backed them up 5 weeks. Well, apparently they leak boats,
Mm.
believe it or not. So they were delayed 5 weeks. Then everyone took that second boat, so they crammed everybody in on the first boat. They were 90 miles off course north, ended up in what is now Plymouth, Massachusetts. And they got there in November with very little supply, so half of them did not survive that winter. And that was the story of the Pilgrims from the first Mayflower, or the only Mayflower.
So what's 90 miles south of Plymouth? Would that be like Long Island or something? Or?
Yeah, they were supposed to end up at the mouth of the Hudson, which was at the time known as Northern Virginia. Like that whole area was all considered Virginia. So yeah, they were supposed to land closer to Manhattanish, where there's
Oh, wow.
resources and supplies, and where they had actually paid for a certain plot of land. So they were coming to, but when they got to Massachusetts, they landed on someone else's plot of land, so they had to reconfigure the payments and all this stuff. So it was a pretty bad situation.
Well, half your people dying is probably the worst part of that situation.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
When
I
50%
can
of you are dead,
imagine.
you don't worry about who's paying who. You're worried about the burying 50%.
Well, it takes a couple months to travel right across the Atlantic.
66
on one of those
days.
boats? Yeah,
66
for sure,
days,
for
bro.
sure.
Yeah.
Dude, people died like just
The two-
crossing, like on the trip normally.
Well, we went on the replica of the Mayflower, and the guy was telling us 3 of the ladies were pregnant. 2 of them gave birth on the ship. It's like you
What?
couldn't wait until the next one.
That's
I don't
wild.
understand that.
Well, it's not like a train. They're not pulling out every other hour. You know.
Yeah, but still, you're pregnant. Like how much?
Yeah, this is their.
Yeah, they gotta go.
that's
They're
their new
going to
big-
their
yeah,
plot
they-
of land, bro,
and
to
they're-
fight the Native Americans.
That's
Well, they were
responsible parenting.
escaping whatever their
Yeah,
religious persecution over there.
they just
But,
wanted to do their thing. you know?
Yeah, but outside of that, it was just kind of relaxing. I put the phone down, didn't check it too much, just every once in a while, just to make sure I didn't miss anything critical. And it was a good break. Recharged.
Well, before I head into the military news, I will refresh our audience on our situation here with the cooling of this room. As you see, the glaze and the sheen appear on my dome.
See the bubbles forming.
Yeah,
We're gonna get
yeah.
and we're gonna
Yeah,
get some nice
the booby sweat committee. Over here.
booby sweat. coming.
So we have a wall unit, air conditioning unit in our concrete room, and it's hot in the summer in New Jersey, and those blocks get hot. So we can turn the air on, and it cools the room off okay. But the moment when we have to turn it off, because obviously it makes noise that interferes with the program, but the moment we turn it off, the temperature starts rising post-haste. And so it's going up now, and it will continue to go up for the next whatever the amount of time this program is. So anyway, with that said,
I mitigated that
We should
problem
get a
by wearing
private
sleeveless
ice
t-shirts, so
unit.
I'm good to go.
yeah.
I could take on a few more degrees.
Fair. All right. So in military news, Marine veteran freed from Russia after 1,666 days in custody headed home. Robert Gilman, 32, was released after Russian President Vladimir Putin approved of a pardon on humanitarian grounds. The U.S. official said he was flown out of Russia on a State Department plane and was walking and talking, a major improvement from the condition advocates described a week earlier. His family said he had been held for 1,666 days.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I haven't done any research on this. Well, you know any details? Was this
Yeah.
this guy was a spy, a former Marine or something like that? Was that guy?
They accused him of being a spy. I think he was just a Marine that got in trouble, like a typical Marine does while you're visiting another land.
Generalizing, Jim.
I
Yeah,
mean,
does
you
he
know,
speak Russian?
he does not. I mean, I don't know for
He's a
sure.
shit spy in Russia. If he can't speak Russian.
There's 2 things that stuck out to me with this story. Why I chose it was I believe it's the same Marine that was referenced when that NBA female and WNBA player.
That's what I
Oh
heard.
yeah,
about the spy,
and then they took
They were
her,
like, well,
but
how
they didn't
come-
take him.
Yes,
Wait a
correct.
minute, what the hell?
That was the beef because they're like, dude,
Bro.
you gave up the
I'm
merchant
sorry.
of death for
for
a subpar basketball player,
what?
and you have a military veteran that's over there in a gulag, and
What?
you won't give him nothing for that guy. That's
We
crazy.
live in topsy turvy.
Yeah, we do.
I can't believe he came out now. That's crazy. That sounds terrible. And I can imagine that a Russian prison.
It
being
came
a
out has a whole
foreigner
other
is not
connotation
good.
these days. You know,
Right.
word choice.
Well, was released, and freed. Yeah, poor man.
I know I start talking women's basketball. We're talking about coming out. So, man.
Jeez, we already had to run into it that topic. By the way, Dan, aka he goes by Ghost. There's no take back, so whatever you say
yeah,
is out
what did you
there.
say?
We're
Can't
not going
be
to
held
canceling.
against you.
It's out there.
No
Nothing's
editing.
forever.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We've already learned that lesson once.
All right.
Thank you, Z. But the other thing with this story is that it came up recently, which is why it also jumped out, because there was mixed reports like a few weeks ago that they were saying he's like barely alive and can't walk, can't talk.
Yeah,
can't
that's what I'm
move.
saying.
Yeah.
But now he's, seems okay. So there's a little,
Yeah,
there's
imagine
more
they
to the
fed
story than what's been put out
him.
there.
Maybe they
Some
fed him
discrepancies.
Developed.
beforehand,
Well, it reminded
because
me
they're
of
going to
that.
present him.
Well, it reminded me of that American that was arrested in North Korea, where he stole something from
Yeah.
whatever, and he got jailed, but they kept him, and it seemed like they tortured him, even though he was didn't have any obvious signs, but he couldn't really walk, he couldn't talk, he was just basically bedridden, and ended up getting shipped home and dying in the U.S. But what were they
Bro,
doing?
They
to him?
did some psychological,
Yeah,
crazy
yeah. There's that.
mind things.
That's what I thought was going on when I heard about
That sounds
this
terrible.
guy a few weeks ago.
Well, I hope he's okay.
We'll see. Maybe we'll have him on here. I'm
That'd be
reaching out
cool.
to you, Robert Gilman.
Robert,
32.
we're gonna talk to you.
We want the truth, nothing
better
but the
experience.
truth. I'm calling you soon. Anyway, yeah. So that's it.
Moving right along, Army veteran convicted of defrauding VA of $170,000 in caregiver benefits. From August 2014 to July 2023, Bradford, we don't get his first name, and his caregiver made false statements about the level of care he needed to receive PCAFC payments, which compensate caregivers whose responsibility affect their ability to work and earn income. This is actually a really common thing for civilians too. Like
Yeah, this is
Medicare
sad.
has some shit like that, where like your grandma needs whatever, and you need to take off work, but you're actually working from home anyway, so you're kind of double dipping.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty common thing. Well, what else you got on that?
The one that jumped out to me on this one was that he already had a full-time job with the federal government. So I don't know if it's like a dumb criminal type of.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he's.
Thing.
Well,
dumb
he's looking.
criminal.
He's just he wants
He's
to
just trying
grab
to
the money
make
with both
an
hands.
extra-
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
just
if
trying to
they're
make
giving
an
it away,
extra,
like,
bro.
let's go to what was that, Wisconsin or whatever?
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota. That's right.
Yeah, my kid's autistic. Sure, I'll take full-time income for whatever, and
Well, I will
enroll in a
say,
daycare
so,
that's not
well-
really enrolled in it, and then we'll split the money, and they could cut me in on it, kind of thing.
yeah. So, and it just sucks because like there are people that actually caregive. So, like, I work in special needs
Of course.
heavily,
Yes.
and I like some of these parents are like literally have to quit their jobs.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
stop their lives.
Yeah, some
Um,
of them have to have a full-time person at the house, like from the state, or they
Yeah,
have to
but
go to
this
state school.
so like as these things like pile up, these people are actually pretty shitty because then freezing of funds and things like that
Absolutely.
because they are. Yeah, it's
Well,
just
people
wrong.
like you, and rightly so, have advocated for years for that exact reason. We need to be more generous. We need to make sure these families are not getting torn apart by the bills and the overwhelming caregiving costs and all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's
So they have these generous programs,
Yeah.
but then these grifters, they see this like hey, this is an opportunity. This is not a small amount of
Yeah,
money.
it's terrible.
we can get it for the food, for housing, for daycare, for at home nurse to come every day to help out with whatever. They see like an opportunity to take a lot of money.
Bro, there's literally empty buildings
yeah,
with nothing in them.
yeah.
And it's terrible because that means there can actually be and then it takes away. So the problem is you have like also because some of the people I work with are in group homes and actually really not very nice group homes. There's a lot of issues with these group homes, and the fact is a lot of this money is being thrown at fraudsters when you can actually give these people appropriate funding
Absolutely.
to have quality people. Because, like, what the hell are you doing? You have someone who's like $15 an hour, and they're supposed to do something that's like you have to kind of be like really empathetic and caring to do and patient.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
And at $15 an hour, you are not getting empathetic, patient, or caring for the most part.
Okay.
So it's screwed up. Yeah. Sorry, dude. Sucks to be you. Don't defraud the government.
Yeah, they didn't mention anything about. He was convicted, but they didn't mention the sentencing. I'm
Oh,
sure
they're
he
going to
has
go
pay it
after him.
back
They're
in
going to freeze
addition
his
to others.
assets. They're going to take his shit.
Well, they don't look at him.
It reminds me of
Rightfully
another.
so.
Yeah, and it reminds me of another story of a veteran out of I want to say Florida. He was 100%, but he was walking around to VA appointments with a cane and limping and whatnot. But then he would go on social media, and he was actually a power lifter, and he would go post these videos of himself like powerlifting. Like
That's
it,
ridiculous.
it was just
You're a
very,
crazy
very
person.
sloppy. So he got like 2 or 3 years for that.
Love that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right. Well, listen. With that all said,
Don't defraud the government.
Yeah.
They are coming.
They are
Okay.
coming. Actually, I forget the name of the program, but it was part of Trump's
For you.
something anti-fraud department now that exists as of recent.
Just for
So
you,
I
not
was
for the
part of
richest people.
well, this might be a clumsy segue.
proud to be a member there. Got to know him well. We actually went on a long trip to the airport was it? LaGuardia.
LaGuardia, yeah.
So we got to chat for a while.
Yeah, it was very nice
Queens?
of you, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It was a good time. We got to know each other quite a bit more. I got to know his wife and child a little bit. Yeah, I know.
Where's the LaGuardia? Is that Queen?
Queens.
It is. They're both the Queens.
So yeah, we got to talking there, and I learned that he was. I was taking him to the airport so he can go to Brazil to do additional jiu-jitsu training, which I know.
That's
which is
it.
why
The
he
belly of
brought
the
him
beast.
Yeah.
here.
Brazil.
He came by last
Brazil.
week, and I know we were dealing with technical issues, so we didn't get a book a guest until we. How did you get into it, and why?
So, my two younger kids at the time were 7. My daughter was 7. My son was 5, and we wanted to get them involved in some physical activity that would have other benefits. So we looked around a bunch of different places, some kickboxing places, and we settled at Strategic Academy, which is on Bordentown, right up the road. So my kids were going there and they loved it. They were going there 5 days a week. They were doing striking, they were doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. So they were having fun. But my wife and I were there 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So we were
Like,
like,
roll.
fuck it, we might as well sign up and get some benefit. And I where we were financially stable and the kids were going, and we were just like, screw it, let's sign up. We both started doing like Muay Thai and kickboxing, and then one of my training partners in Muay Thai was like, hey, I'm gonna start doing jiu-jitsu, you want to go? And I was like, I don't know, and there's a bunch of guys like sweating on each other, rolling around, and then started doing it, and probably like 3 months in just fell in love with it. Been doing it ever since, and I continued to do Muay Thai for about 6 years. But the combination of doing Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu at the same time was just taking its toll on my body.
Yeah,
So,
physically, that's a lot.
yeah. So I had to make a decision, and I decided to stick with jiu-jitsu. I think it's more applicable in real life situations.
For sure.
And in terms of injury prevention, you
Yeah,
get tapped.
Get close.
You tap out
Yeah.
before you get hurt,
Yeah.
you're good. If somebody punches you in the face, it's already too late. So
That's just it. If you don't close the distance, they're more likely to get lucky and land something with you. Whereas if
Exactly.
you close the distance and get hold of them, you can control what's going to happen next.
Also, as you get older, like striking, you really don't want to get hit in the head.
You know,
Like
you're a
honestly,
striker,
like
not a striker.
mostly
Exactly.
children, you really don't want to get hit in the head. For all the children
Yeah.
listening to armed
Or
forces.
bump your head after falling after being hit in the head. That
Yeah.
Yeah, that
combination
too.
is a lethal combination, actually,
Well,
oftentimes.
So, like fight training, mostly it's the concussions from training.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Absolutely.
it's not even the fight that's the thing.
Yeah.
That it is the wear and tear from
Yeah.
repeatedly getting punched in the face.
Repeatedly, if you're shooting all day long and you're busting your head on somebody's hip all day long on double
Yeah.
leg takedowns, those impacts, they add up.
So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't had like a lot of concussions from grappling because I own a wrestling gym.
Well, the
so-
thing
Okay.
is, you don't get the concussion outright, like the symptoms, from acute concussion. But they're doing studies now. They find that a lot of female soccer players, male soccer players too, but even they
Oh yeah, I
specify-
heard this. They
yeah.
have a shit ton of concussions.
They have not just concussions, the long-term effects of the little concussions, and they
Yeah.
wind up with the CTE type symptoms,
Mm.
because the headers and everything else. And even they even find out people that own weight runners that spend a lot of time out on the bay or on a lake and
Yeah.
stuff, just that bouncing, bang, 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 for a couple hours a day,
Yeah.
a couple days a week over a couple of years, they're studying and they're finding people getting a measurable deterioration in their brains from that impact. So if they're getting it, and you're on a wrestling mat taking the hitting your head on thighs and hips and stuff like that, that hits. They add up.
Well,
Maybe
Dan
not for
and-
everybody. I'm sure some
Dan
people
and
are
I
pro.
are choosing how we want to die.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying because
Yeah.
you know what? If the juice is worth a squeeze,
I think
the
it's worth
fitness
the
wise,
squeeze.
and
I'll
you're,
take it.
yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it.
They have plastic in our brain now.
Yeah.
I have to. I have
The
to
guy with two
assume-
motorcycles is not telling you not to, live your life.
I have to assume that that a sport
When you
like
get a move.
jujitsu can help with like confidence. Have you seen any type of transformation within you or your kids or your wife? Like, how did that progression go from day one, where you're like timid and nervous, to now like confident and strong?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw it with my youngest right off the bat as he started to get better. I wouldn't say confidence. I would say cockiness.
Is
He got a little
is
bit
he a
big
bully
for his
now?
britches. No, he doesn't. He doesn't train anymore. My kids trained up to COVID, and then the gym was shut down for a while, and they found other things that they were interested in. Like now, my youngest plays football for Spotswood. But definitely saw in him. I mean, personally, yeah, I'm more confident. Like, I mean, I don't project that like outwardly, but like if I'm walking down the street and somebody's eyeing me and I feel like there might be some kind of confrontation, I'm not like afraid. I want to de-escalate and avoid the situation, but
Sure.
I'm not gonna back down if he comes at me. I feel confident that I have the ability to do that and to defend myself. And it also gives you confidence in other areas because jiu-jitsu is very muscle memory oriented and very cerebral. So like
drill over and
Yeah.
Well,
over.
it's also problem solving. So,
Yes.
Do you prefer gi or no gi?
I prefer gi.
I love gi too. Why do you
So-
like gi?
I prefer gi because I'm 51 years old and it
Word.
allows me to slow down the
Hell yeah.
21-year-old Gumby motherfuckers that are coming at me. The real like athletes, the people who are training for competition,
Yeah.
training to fight. It gives me the opportunity to use my grips and use my leverage and my knowledge to be able to slow them down
Okay.
to the point where I can get them to react in a certain way and then capitalize on their reactions.
I feel like it's a really different like thing with the gi and no gi. Like, and I agree. I like gi because I have so many military
hate
injuries.
Sweaty
Yeah.
knees,
So, like-
man. I sweat a lot.
I sweat a lot too, but honestly, like also like you can do some cool shit. Honestly,
Washing my
because
gear.
you have like extra, like I'll wrap the shit around someone's neck, and then you can
Yep.
choke them with it.
Sure,
Like
sure.
that, you can pull your lapel out, so it's fun. It like gives you extra hands.
Yeah, it does. And people are always saying, "Oh, it's not like realistic in life because you're not going to be walking down the street wearing a gi." But you could do the same thing with somebody's hood on their hoodie
Yeah.
or their shirt or whatever because hopefully nobody's running at you naked to attack you. But
That'd be crazy.
I mean,
We can't see him.
that's
Yeah,
where
that's
no-gi would
not
really
bad.
come into effect. But yeah, no-gi
Depends
is
on the
a
drugs
much
you're on.
faster
It does
speed,
happen.
much
Yeah.
faster pace. It's a lot more slippery. Like you talk about the sweat, you do
Oh,
sweat a
bro.
lot more in a gi, but that sweat doesn't.
And then as far as like maintaining the
things
sweating, you have to
slippery.
wash it.
Yeah,
I like having a
Bro,
pair of
it's
shorts to wash.
slippery
That's
in
it,
the
or,
Yeah.
or a
No,
rash guard.
we do 3 gi loads of laundry
I'm
every
sure.
week. So
Bro,
I never had to do that. They'll fill up a laundry machine.
That's a lot of drying.
yeah,
Now, I've also noticed a few of my colleagues who are our age in their 40s just getting started at this age. So I assume that a lot of people assume that it's, you got to be young like any other sport in your 20s. But is it really that easy to just be in your 40s and even older and start?
it is. But as an older participant, you really just need to be conscious of your own body, what your limitations are. Be smart about choosing your partners. Like
Oh, if you're in
If
the
I
gym
see-
where they're assholes, you got to go somewhere else. Like,
yeah, if there's like a 250-pound white belt that's walking in, I know he's going to be spazzy as hell. He's going to be using his
Yeah.
his strength and his weight. So I don't want to say I'll avoid that person altogether, but I'll watch him roll a couple of rounds with other people and see how they interact and make my decision on whether or not I'm going to roll with that person. And as a brown belt, I pretty much get to choose who I roll with because
There's a
in
higher rank.
jiu-jitsu, the higher rank pretty much determines who they're going to roll with. So I get to pick and choose. So honestly, most of the people that I train with are in their 20s, but they're like my size, 150 to 200 pounds. Every once in a while, I'll take on a bigger guy that I'm familiar with just to see how I could use my skill set against somebody that's much larger than me, which is really the whole idea of jiu-jitsu, is that the smaller person
made
can beat
famous
the
by
bigger
Horace
person.
Gracie, UFC 2.
You know.
So
Yeah.
How often do you train during the week?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
3 to 4 days. Usually 2 classes per day.
What do you do for What do you do for recovery? Because that's high volume. So
Yeah.
actually,
I try to eat right. It's not always easy, but I try.
word.
Make sure I get my sleep. Try not to train super late because then your body has to cool down for you to be able to fall asleep.
What kind of sleep we talking? 6, 8?
Yeah, 6 to 8 is usually where I'm at. Like I'll usually be asleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I get up at 5:30, quarter to
Oh,
6.
That's not bad.
Hey.
If you can do that, because I don't have it on right now, but I have a Whoop, and it's phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
it's great for your workouts to see, like, if you were dogging it, or if you redlined, you're like, wow, I really went after it today. But for me, as far as like sleep accountability, because there's no bullshitting. Like, you can be, I went to bed like 9:30 last night, and I got up at 5:30. Like, you look at, and the Whoop will tell you exactly when you went to sleep.
Yeah.
So if you're watching a little TV or on your phone or rolling around or whatever you're doing, not actually sleeping, the Whoop will know, because your heart rate goes down, your breathing rate goes down, and it knows. So it'll tell you the next day you slept from 11 to 5:30. You're like, oh bitch, I only slept 6 hours. And like your recovery might only be like whatever 70% as opposed to 90 because you didn't put your phone down. You didn't. In my case, I don't put my Xbox controller down. I had a snack. Whatever. So I love it for that accountability. It's like having my mom behind me going, "Oh no, you didn't sleep 8 hours. Don't lie to those people."
Actually, I have a sleep number bed, and
Okay.
it does the same thing. Like it knows when you fall asleep and when you get up, and it tracks all of your sleeping patterns.
It probably has the same technology that the Whoops and those Aura rings have. Same thing. Like they can detect your heart rate and whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I used to
it is.
No, I also heard something about there's like hundreds of moves in jiu-jitsu. Was that an exaggeration or is that accurate?
No, it's probably even more than that at this point.
It's probably close to infinite, actually.
And there's some wild, crazy shit that like Gumby people do.
Yes.
Like I'm not doing it, but I know some people who it will choke you, and it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And we'll do that
puzzle
live,
part
while it's happening.
And the thing is, it's evolved like from when UFC first started to the 2000s. It evolved, and then from like the early 2000s to like 2010 it evolved a little bit more. But I would say in the last like 10 or 15 years it's evolving like on a daily basis. Like if you go online, you see people like doing the same kind of moves but from different positions, different angles, different entries. There's so many different combinations of ways to do things. So yeah, I would say it's probably infinite, because like personally my favorite submission is an Ezekiel choke, and you can get it from literally anywhere. So yeah, there's the regular Ezekiel choke, like when you're in mount, that's where you first learn how to do it, but then you can get it from side control, you can get it from back control, you can get it from pretty much any angle, which is why it's one of my favorite chokes.
Yeah, but you can build a whole system around it. Like it's kind of like the people that are into like the what's that fucking wrestling? When you pin with the fucking, what am I doing?
Freestyle?
No, when you pin somebody, you grab their head and their leg, and you what's that?
Cradle.
Yeah. People have the whole cradle, like a whole.
Yeah.
You build your whole fucking wrestling.
Well, so you have like I think with grappling, because I have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I trained for a while.
Little flex there, weird flex.
Just saying.
You're not the guest, sir.
But no, I'm just saying I trained for a while, and the thing is, you figure out your style.
Yep.
Like, and then I imagine even for you, like as you go through the thing, you start with something, but then you just don't. Like I started with butterfly guard. I don't use butterfly guard really that much anymore. I use it, but not
exclusively.
Yeah,
I don't really use it just because that's one of the few things in jiu-jitsu. It's like rough on your knees, especially if you're rolling with a heavier guy.
When I started, I liked it.
Yeah,
but I'm a 200-pound dude.
Well, how would you describe your style now?
I smash the hell out of you. And I'm heavy pressure. Yeah, no, it's because I wrestle now heavily. So I've been the last like 4 years almost. I've been wrestling exclusively.
Head and arm choke all day long.
Yeah, so like I still have my submissions, but I'm gonna pin you, and I'm gonna pass you. I'm gonna pin you, and then I'll rip your arm off, and that's how I'll focus. And I can still float and do these things, but like. If I was doing exclusively, I did a lot of half guard. I loved half guard. That was my favorite.
That's my guard, passing the guard,
Yeah.
passing the guard. And then I got to the point where I was like, this is just, I'm like burning energy just
Yeah,
trying to
it's
get
tiring.
past somebody's guard. So I'm going to start playing guard, let them work, and then, you know, again, use their leverage against them.
Nice.
And half guard, usually, even if I pull full guard, I'm there for like 3 seconds,
And
and
then you
then I'm going to half guard, you know, foot on the hip,
Yep.
and open it up, because
You can also
you get a
hang
lot
out.
more options.
Yeah, you can hang out there. So like as you slow down, you find positions that like half guard that allow you to kind of work and kind of pause position for a second.
Yep.
You know? Oh, we got to roll, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
we got to roll.
Special episode coming up.
Well,
we can do that.
Before we move to our next segment, now
Mistakes. Like, what's a common beginner mistake?
Probably the two biggest things that I see, other than spazziness, because spazziness is just that's the bar for a white belt. You're going to come in and you're not going to know what you're doing, so you're going to be moving in weird ways, and probably more people get injured by white belts than any other belt, because not because they're more skillful, just because there's
a flow you're expecting how things to go.
Yeah,
it's a dance.
But the two things that I would say, like, if I was giving advice to somebody, would be to breathe. People like I'm like, when I'm playing half guard and somebody's trying to pass my guard, I'm laughing sometimes. They're on top of me like like trying to pass my guard, like. Nah, like, I'll grab your sleeve and I'll just let it go, and then when I'm ready to go, then I'll react and use my muscles, or, you know, my strength, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, try to stay loose and breathe.
Yeah.
Also, I have one more piece of advice for watchers. Be like open to learn and relax. Like, just because in 1994 you were the district champ at your high school.
Why you gotta be so specific, bro?
I'm just saying, like,
why so specific?
You're like, chill, dude, and you leave your ego at the door. Because like tapping is really important, and tapping is not like demoralizing. It is just like, I would like to go to work tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well, like I always say, like, I love rolling as well. You know, I never went consistent for a long time. I'm probably like somewhere between a blue and a purple belt in experience, but I didn't ever stay any place that long. But my point is, my neck sucks. So like, when I would do it, like, I was quick to tap. I'm like you said, I have no ego. I'm not trying to like be like Batman for like a week because I want to keep my head somewhere where it doesn't belong. You know, like, I'm here for the workout. I'm here for the minutes and the flow and the, you know, the flexibility and the pain. Like I said, I love the pushing it. That's great. But yeah, to shift gears a little bit, let's talk about your social club. It's some might call it a motorcycle club, or it's a version of a motorcycle club. How long have you been riding? What you're a sport bike guy, a cruiser guy?
I have a Harley Breakout.
Cool.
So 2016, I bought it used. But
that's your first bike?
No.
Okay.
No,
you've been riding for a long time.
Yeah, I've been riding since I was 19.
Okay, same, yeah.
But I took a little bit of a hiatus when my youngest was born because we needed money, so I sold.
That's amazing. You took the hiatus. Some guys never come back. So that's good.
No. I was waiting for the opportunity to come back. But yeah, so been with the club about 4.5 years now. Currently the vice president of the New Jersey chapter.
Okay. This is a national club?
We have
regional?
2 chapters, New Jersey, and the mother chapter is out in Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
And we're actually a reissued chapter. There was a New Jersey chapter before that disbanded because there was conflict between the mother chapter and the New Jersey chapter.
As happens.
And then one of the members, who's our current president, decided he wanted to try to continue with the club. So he got with the guys out in Rockford, came up with a game plan, and we built it up. Got to a certain point, got to like 15 members, and then we lost a few people. A few people were eradicated for, reasons that
the good of the order.
Yeah, the greater good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we do ride. everybody that's currently in the club, except for Ed,
Working on it.
has a motorcycle.
Mhm.
Some of us have a couple. But yeah, our goal is to ride, shoot guns.
Hell yeah.
Our president makes knives like from
Oh, cool.
scratch, so we get involved in that as well. And we like to support the community. Like we came here, met Eddie, and we have meetings here and
Yeah.
and hang out here with everybody. And one of our biggest
Birds
things
of a
that
feather.
and we focus on trying to make the community better. Like we're planning on having a run in September for a military veteran that's
I will
having
be there with bells
some
on.
issues, and then we support agencies that are fighting like child
Human trafficking.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
human trafficking, but more specifically like children.
Child abuse.
trafficking.
Yeah. So like a couple of years ago, was it last year or the year before? They had the Jeep event here.
Yeah. 2 years.
And we got with the Underground Railroad Association. They combat human trafficking, and they gave us a whole bunch of information. We had a tent out there. We collected some money for them, and donated all the proceeds that we got from that event
Awesome.
to their foundation.
Yeah, we need more spaces like that. I think that's really good stuff. I've never been part of a motorcycle. I don't have a motorcycle. I'm the odd man out.
Well, just to clarify, it's a social club.
It's a
There's
social
a clear
club. Yes.
distinction.
So
between
there's a
social club
difference. So you're not a motorcycle club,
No,
but you
'cause
happen. So you're a social club where everyone happens to have a motorcycle.
correct.
Well,
It is required that you have a motorcycle license. You technically don't
Okay.
have to have a motorcycle.
I'm a technicality.
But we do have members. Like I said, we do a lot of like firearms type things.
Cool.
Like training, going to the range together.
Oh,
We
that's dope.
go to one out in Easton, PA,
that's
which
awesome.
is really nice. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Heritage Guild.
no, it's like Pennsylvania Wildlife and Fishing.
Then I imagine it's an outdoor range then.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
they have both. They have indoor and outdoor,
Okay.
but you're shooting into the side of a mountain.
I
But it's
love
nice
that.
because you have like
I
100
have
yard.
to make that trip with you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have a
that's
100-yard
dope.
rifle range.
What?
So
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
that's nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I might have to join
The
this
social
I
motorcycle
gotta get a motorcycle.
club
And
distinction
license.
is
And a license.
the distinction's important for the VFW world because it's
Yes.
not. A,
Yeah, we're not an MC. We don't have a territory.
yeah, that's a
We
VFW
don't-
Oh, is this like a
issue?
thing? So like the motorcycle club. Okay, I need some lore here. So like, why the distinction? So like a territory. What does that mean?
So when you have like, especially one percenter motorcycle clubs, they have their territories that that's their area. They're doing whatever they're doing in that area.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys?
And-
Not to cut you off, do you guys wear vests? Is that-
Yes.
Now, do you
We
have
do.
to? Now, from what I understand, an MC, if they're going to have an MC, they have to go to certain people who are in charge of an area and get their vests approved. Do you guys have to do that?
We don't need approval, but we do communicate with the motorcycle clubs that are in particular areas. Try to have good rapport with
I
them.
feel like I gotta watch the Sons of Anarchy.
But
You should.
yeah, so like we're not involved in any sort of trade business.
No, for
or
sure. But
anything
I'm
like
just
that,
saying,
so-
'cause, from what I
No, I
understood, like if
didn't
you just
think so.
started a social club or an MC and design a cool vest and like you run into the wrong guy and somebody's like, hey, that's not authorized. Like, from what I understand,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Oh,
You know,
there's
it,
like
it could be a problem.
Well,
yeah.
like,
I'd be like, what are you
you
talking
can't just have
about?
a vest and just be like, hey, I'm
I'd
having
be
a vest
like,
on my
I'd be
bike.
like,
They have
last
a-
time I checked, I
Yeah.
served my country.
Honestly, most of the time,
Man, I can have a vest.
when we've had instances where we've had run-ins with other clubs, and you just be respectful. Number one. Number two, if you tell them that you're a social club with no territory, they usually just kind of dismiss you
Yeah, I'm
because you're
hanging out with my
not
chums.
competition for
Yeah.
whatever businesses they're trying to
Yeah, yeah.
to run. So realistically, it's just be respectful, but don't be a bitch. Don't
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't want to like be like
Yeah.
cowardly in front of them, because then they're gonna
Yeah,
take advantage of it and whatnot. But realistically, you just be respectful. I mean, that's what the whole motorcycle culture is about. It's about
I'm not gonna
respect.
lie. I thought you needed to be part of a motorcycle club in order to own a motorcycle, like drive it?
You shouldn't have said that in public.
I thought
No.
you did
Nah.
because everybody talked about the
Seem weak
motorcycle.
right
club.
now.
I thought this
Let's
was
go get him.
I didn't have any of that.
So-
no one owned
That
it.
one's yours.
Sorry.
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 Well, you know, I learned
was
that
in a motorcycle.
there's a lot of weird rules that
Yeah, I didn't know
exist
there was
that
a
I had
weird
no
rule or
idea
shit.
about.
Yeah.
But it is a VFW thing because they do have specific rules about clubs in VFWs because some of them tend to take over them, but we don't fall into that
Mm.
umbrella because it's a social club.
Mm.
And not to mention we have several members.
Oh,
From
we're
there.
part of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't
Oh,
fall
okay.
in the window of having to have any concerns.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
like in terms of our cuts, we're a single patch cut.
Cuts. I forgot that term.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the best.
The
Oh,
best.
it's a vet.
Yeah, it's a
If
cut.
you watch Sons of Anarchy, you know that.
So you can only wear one patch.
Yeah, we were one patch.
And
I mean, you
can't-
could put other patches on there, but our primary patch is just a single patch. Now, if you look at MCs, they have the patch, and then they have the rocker above
Yeah.
Okay.
that lists, you know, the club, and then usually below that has their territory
location,
or
right?
location or whatever
Oh,
the case
wow.
may be. Yeah.
Man, I definitely got one. Sons of
Yeah.
Anarchy. I gotta learn this more.
Yeah.
It's a thing, man. It is a thing.
All right. So that was enlightening. Moving right along.
You forgot our panel question of the week.
Yes. Panel question of the week.
I made it very generic so that Ghost here can
Absolutely. This is
participate.
yeah. So basically, it's what is your least favorite and most favorite military movie? I think I'm gonna lead on this one. I was saying before the show we were talking. We have a space force now, so it could be like Star Trek could be in there.
I was gonna say my
Starship
favorite-
Troopers.
My favorite military movie is Starship Troopers.
I
love that
We have a
book.
space force
I
now.
love that book.
My kids are
I'm not
almost
literate.
at the age I either have to cut the shower scene
Oh,
and the other sex scene. My kids aren't old enough for that yet, but they're approaching it. I look forward.
we
to
gotta
watching
have
that
Matt
movie.
watch this. We can see.
Get all our kids together.
Yeah, if he has a tablet, that's at least your fucking problem.
We're European. We're against violence,
So-
not boobs. We're pro boob in our house.
That
Yeah,
is that is a great movie.
It is a
choice.
great movie. I love
Great-
that movie
great choice.
so much.
So my favorite. I had a couple. I loved Platoon. I loved what?
For the record, everybody, he says no matter what question it is, somehow platoon ends up being the answer. What's your favorite size of military unit? Platoon.
But yeah, what was that one with Jack Nicholas and Tom Cruise?
A Few Good Men.
Yeah,
That's
that was
a really good one.
great one.
That's a good one.
But I had to, as a CrossFitter, avid CrossFitter, and a CrossFit coach, I had to go with Lone Survivor.
Okay.
Because it's based on a true story. Obviously, they take liberties. It's Hollywood, but it's very inspiring because it's mostly true, almost entirely true. And it was a great film. I mean, it was just,
Oh, it's a good film.
I mean,
That was,
very-
was that Bradley Cooper? Right?
No, that was like a-
Mark Wahlberg,
Mark
which I don't think it was the
Wahlberg.
best choice for that role because he didn't have the same heavy Texas accent that Latrell has. They usually get those details right. in those kind of
Sure,
movies.
sure. But they got enough. They got the majority of them, and it was just a great
good
movie
enough.
cinematically, like the fight scenes, and it was very. It was Hollywood, but it told the story that needed to be told. You know, he was the lone survivor, and he was saved by the locals, and we got in there and got him because we don't leave our guys behind. Really great story. Worst movie? I we were talking about this earlier. I don't know.
I gotta do a quick shout out to Lone Survivor because that the part of that movie where they took the Chinook and which killed a bunch of special operators on that mission
Yes,
was Extortion 17. I think that happened this week.
is that right?
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
definitely that's why they do that Navy SEAL Hudson River swim.
Oh, is that right?
It's to honor that particular mission.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah. By the way, as a CrossFitter, annually for Memorial Day, most CrossFitters and CrossFit gyms, or even some friends and families, all the gyms host like a Murph WOD. Murph was the one of the guys in that platoon that died, or in that crew or squad or whatever that detachment that was in that Lone Survivor movie. Murph was a significant character in the movie who obviously died, but so. Memorial WODs like that, or hero WODs as they're known in CrossFit, are dedicated to people who are dead, whether it's a military or a police or a first responder. They dedicate workouts to them. So every Memorial Day, whether it's the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or mile run with a 20-pound weighted vest, then 100 pull-ups.
With the vest.
Oh yeah, 200 push-ups and 300 air squats. So you can break them up however you want. So most people do 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 15 squats for 20
How many
rounds.
days do you get to do this?
But then after you do that, then you finish with another mile run with that 20-pound vest. So for people in generally good shape and you're not like a total fire breather, an hour is a good, like, it's kind of like the 4-hour marathon. Like that's the goal for most people. That's tough. I've been under an hour a couple of times. But you know the So I'm gonna say worst
First my
movie.
ears to hear this.
I already know your worst movie, so I'm not gonna steal yours. I'm gonna say Major Pain because I know that this is Nick
Bro,
off.
that's such a great movie.
That was a cute comedy, but I was too old for it when it came out, so that's my worst movie. Well, go ahead, Nick.
I don't have my worst movie. I don't have one that I really.
By the way, the temperature's ticking up. You get,
Dude,
I'm running now.
My shirt, I look like I'm in jujitsu. You know what I didn't like? Actually, what's that movie with Kirsten? Not Kirsten Dunst. The chick from Twilight, the one who never smiles, the lady. What's her name? I forget her
feel like nobody
goddamn
smiles in
name,
that
but
movie.
she did it was called something X-ray. She worked in Guantanamo Bay. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then she fell in love
Zero
with a with the prisoner.
What's the syndrome called? That fucking
Oh yeah,
that rich girl that got kidnapped and they robbed the bank or some shit.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
No,
not that
but
one, not that one.
he's the prisoner. The guy's behind the bars.
Yeah.
She's the it was the detainee officer. I think it was Camp X-Ray. That's the name of the movie.
So that was your bad one. What's your
Yeah,
favorite?
that's a bad one. My favorite one? No, my favorite one's
Still Starship.
I'm going
Troopers, no?
I'm going Starship Troopers. Because I go with
Shout out to Space Force.
so I will say, like for me, when I say favorite, that means something I can watch whenever it's on.
Sure.
So like we all grew up with real TV.
Yeah.
So like the channel AMs, if it was in the middle of Starship Troopers,
Oh yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'll watch it. Always.
That was me with
That's like one of my
Beastmaster
Oh,
That's a great
in
one.
the 80s.
That was a great
yeah.
one.
So that's my favorite.
Fair enough.
Is Braveheart a military?
You know, technically you can call it that.
I
you
would
know.
say yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dan. Dan, tell me about your favorite and worst military movies.
Well, since
If
we
you have
went off of traditional,
Yeah,
Military
here we go.
movies.
Let's go.
no, I'm a huge fan of Apocalypse Now.
Mm.
Just because it was really kind of a dark movie, and I was really young when it came out, so it really grabbed my attention. I also surf, so like the whole surf scene was like
Charlie Little Sir? That was it?
so cool. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
you got surfing out there. But going kind of off kilter with the military, I'm a big fan of Gladiator. Same thing.
That's
Like
a great movie.
I could pick it up right in the middle
Russell
and just
Crowe.
sit there and watch it, and it's military. It started out with the war, and
Sure, he's a
Yeah,
commander.
he's a commander and a soldier. That counts.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. On the veteran experience, he's a veteran.
Fair enough. Any worst or terrible or bad ones? I know those. Those
yeah,
are tough.
we were
No one really
talking
watches.
earlier. Ernest Goes to Boot Camp. Just
Oh, that's a strong
I
pick.
thought
there.
that was
That's
a
a good
documentary.
one. Ernest Goes to Boot.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
You date yourself when you know who Ernest is.
Yeah.
And I know who Ernest is. I remember him before he was famous on the commercials.
yes, yeah.
Like I think those commercials were in this area, so only we knew about Ernest before he got famous.
Yeah,
Well,
didn't
I
know
was
that.
thinking of In the Army now as a bad one, but it's not with Pauly Shore.
I mean, they
and
didn't
and
get any
they're the
Emmys or
water boys.
Oscars.
and they're the water boy. They got an Emmy and
They did not. No, they did not get an Oscar. My point was they did not get an Oscar.
No, why would? Pauly Shore, that would be wild. But I actually like that movie,
Fair.
The Water Boys. I know it's not good.
I'm going to say my favorite. I had to think about this. There was a few options, but I'm going to say number one is American Sniper. I like
American Sniper. That one's
Great
with
movie.
Bradley
That's
Cooper.
a great one.
That's
Right?
Bradley
Yes,
Cooper.
that's
It's
Bradley.
relatable. It's got good action, good everything.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a good
good.
all around movie. I like that.
Yeah, the story, especially with the kid with the problems that ended up taking his life, it's very applicable to our lives and our mission here. So Yeah, that was good. You know, my runner-up for was Black Hawk Down. You know, also based on a true story.
Yeah, that was a good.
And
movie as
another
well.
one that's cinematically well shot and very
Beautiful.
edge of your seat type movie. You know, so but yeah, anyway, your worst movie, sir.
Worst, Pearl Harbor. A lot of people don't know that's a movie.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's with Ben Affleck, right?
Was
Yeah,
it,
it's a
was it
terrible
Will Smith
movie.
or what was it?
I mean, it's such a
That's
like
Independence
non
Day.
or
No, who's the other?
I think it's
the
Ben
light-skinned black guy. What movie?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
Cuba
was he in
Gooding
that?
Jr.
No,
What military movie was he in?
the submarine one where he's like a scuba
feel like he
diver or
was in
something.
Pearl
Like
Harbor.
that.
No, he was in a.
He might have been in Pearl Harbor. I just
No,
know Pearl
Cuba
Harbor was
Gooding
named
Jr. Right?
Yeah, I feel like he
yeah.
was.
He was in a movie.
for one of the
We Were
most
Soldiers.
important dates of
Yeah.
American history. They didn't really do Pearl Harbor justice. It was more about a romance, which was like pretty lame.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
Cuba
Ben
Gooding
Affleck.
Jr. was in that movie where he was the diver.
Yeah, that's the one.
He was a Navy
That's it.
diver.
That's
With
where
Al
he was
Pacino,
in the
right?
military.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the
okay.
movie.
All right.
though.
I know he's not doing great.
That's my best and worst. That's all I got.
He made his money. All right.
Wasn't Platoon.
Not a bad segment. All right.
Dude.
Brings us to our final bit here before we wrap up this lengthy show we're doing here.
No, we're hitting.
No, not bad. We're
that
doing- we're
time.
doing
We're
that.
doing
Yeah.
an hour. We're tight.
Yes. Which
Oh, yeah.
politicians serve? Dan, you're going to get involved in this. We try to stay out of the politics here.
That Joe Kent guy who stepped down
Yeah.
right, from
he's-
his
Might
with
be a
Tulsi
spoiler,
Gabbard,
might
who's
be a
just part of
spoiler.
a cult leading, who lost her mind.
Well, last week for I know no one could hear last week because it was kind of a shit show, but
There's some technical difficulties. What it's called in the biz.
technical difficulties, TDs. We did which actors served, and that kind of inspired this bit, which is which politician served.
Not many.
So I have a list of
Oh, we have a list. I thought we were just supposed to
15.
yell out ones.
15 names, and you have to guess which ones did serve and which ones did not.
Got it.
So I have the answers.
Let's go.
First one is no cheating. I see you leaning over there, Ghost. Ted Cruz,
No,
I'm gonna say
senator from Texas.
I'm gonna say Harden. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no as well.
He did not serve in the
Yeah, I'll be really pissed if he did.
JFK.
I've heard he listens
Yes,
to Gay
he did.
Mortician, and that makes me laugh. That gets me.
JFK did serve.
Are you sure about that?
I think he did. And then he
Okay.
left, and it was a really
He
short
would've served,
time,
like, World War
right? He got
II.
injured.
I feel like his
Didn't he
dad
get
was
injured?
rich and crooked. He
Like-
would never let him go. So
No, I think he got injured too.
I'm gonna say no. It sounds like you're a yes.
Yeah, I'm a yeah.
You're a half in yes.
He
Yeah, I'm a yes.
He
I'm
said
going
sir.
with
He
yes.
says- he says he got it.
JFK.
I'm gonna go with no.
Yes, he did serve. He was a
Whoa.
U.S. Navy lieutenant and PT-109 commander in World War II veteran.
Yeah, and he got
Wow.
like
I would have thought
injured
Joe
bad.
Kennedy would have bought his way out of that. His dad was corrupt as
No,
fucking
I
rich.
think most of them served. Actually, I think actually most of the Kennedy.
Well, there's a lot of navies in here, so I think
Yeah.
that's their way of staying out of like actual combat.
Yeah.
No offense to any Navy personnel out
I
there.
don't know. You know, Normandy was a naval conflict, but
Yeah, that looked rough.
sailors
was
didn't do great
different
that day.
times.
No,
Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives.
I'm gonna say yes. I just have a
I'm gonna go
feeling.
with
So
no.
basically, you're guessing, or you're
yeah, I'm guessing.
I'm
no.
guessing 100%.
Okay.
I'm guessing no.
He did not serve in the U.S.
No.
military.
That's a fat-headed
Gerald
bastard.
Ford, former President Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford. Yes.
No. I know he
Yes.
played college football or something like that. I don't think he.
Oh.
I think he played college football to stay out of the service.
That was your official answer, sir?
Yes.
He did. He was a U.S. Navy
Yeah, that
officer.
is-
Piece of
Served
shit.
aboard the USS Monterey during World War II and the 38th president. This one I think is easy. Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was one of the fucking what do we call the?
Yeah, yeah, like a
That's
badass
a nickname
crew.
for that crew. The
You're on to something.
I
Yeah.
just
I
watched.
forgot the
fucking-
name.
I just watched the
right
series
now.
on it on
I
Netflix.
it missed my head, but he was a badass. He's
Yes.
like one of my favorite presidents.
Yes, he did serve as an Army colonel, led the Rough Riders.
The Rough
Yeah, Rough
Riders,
Riders.
that's
Yeah,
what it
he's
is.
like he was like a bat.
They invaded Cuba.
Bro, we need presidents like him again.
Longtime U.S. Senator and presidential nominee Bob Dole.
Bob Dole.
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna say yes.
No?
He was that age.
That was you said. No one knew, but you said that all last week. Off their roll, they must have. Which
Bob Dole.
is solid guidance.
Dude, like
Bob Dole.
almost, it was hard to get out of
yeah,
World
he
War II, man.
invented bananas.
Oh, yeah, he's World War II time frame. Yes,
He invented bananas.
he invented bananas. Yes.
Yes. You have
Yeah.
a vote, sir?
I said no.
Yes, he did. He was a U.S. Army officer severely wounded
Yeah,
in
once you
combat
said
in
World
World
War
War II.
Yeah, let's just say World War II.
Harry S. Truman.
Yes, absolutely.
Solid.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah.
You sold the other two. They said it
He was
was
like
quality.
the Navy.
Well,
like,
I
you
know
guys
he
said
pressed the
admiral
button.
or something.
You were all correct. He was a U.S. Army artillery officer in
Oh,
World War
what's that?
One.
He pressed the button.
Rudy
Definitely
Giuliani.
No.
Nah, I'm gonna say
No.
no.
He
No.
seems old enough. You sure?
Yeah, he's
not
old,
more-
but
he's
doesn't
he's
look like a
Korea
man.
age. No.
So you're forgetting Korea already. No, he did not.
No.
You were correct. No, he did not. Ronald Reagan.
No,
Another guy's World War II age.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, but
I mean,
he
who's in
played. He
Hollywood?
played
He would have said
football
this.
in college.
He would have said that like heavily, and that is not something
True.
that's
true.
in my political memory of this man.
I'm gonna say
I know.
no. Yeah, there's a lot of people that like glaze that guy every day inside out. They would. That would.
Yeah,
they
that would
lead
be
with that.
part
They
of
would
it,
lead with
bro.
that for sure.
He was part of the Illuminati too. The owl people. You have a guess?
I said no
I
because
think
he
he meant
played
Moloch.
college
Isn't it
football.
Moloch?
Moloch.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
sure, but
sacrificing
yes, he just served in the U.S. Army Reserve
What?
and the Army Air Force.
What?
Served
Talk about it.
stateside during.
I was
World War
getting
II.
ready to say.
Stateside.
He
dude.
got that
I was
cushy
like,
gig.
That's why they don't talk about
He
it.
went guard Army Air Force. I mean, he checked all the boxes for not going anywhere.
He's like,
Andrew Jackson.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, so Andrew Jackson wore
Number
1812.
20.
He kind of basically started the reserve like National Guard because he took a ragtag group all
We
the
knew we
way
were
down
taking
to
a deep dive.
Louisiana. So like,
That's a long way from getting Ronald Reagan wrong.
yeah. I actually love Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson's one of my favorite presidents to read about.
Second weird ass flex for this episode.
He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
wild
roll,
boy,
man.
yo.
Yes, you were correct. U.S. Army Major General, War of 1812.
Yeah,
Veteran.
yeah.
So you got most of your facts correct.
Yeah.
Well done. Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Sharp looking.
I was gonna say he looks like an admiral. I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Great,
gonna go
great
with
hair.
that.
That
He's
old
in
man.
that whole World War II possibility as
I don't know
well.
if he's that old.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that old. He's
not that old?
No, I think it's a Korea, Vietnam.
Yeah, I can see him. He looks like a man that would yell at me.
Like
in
he's
an
white hair, but
office
doesn't
with
look
a
like
big
he's
suit.
80. He's like, you know.
And I just feel like, fuck.
Well, guess what? You were all wrong.
No.
He did not serve.
He
at
just
all.
has the energy of a man.
He does have a
Who would
look.
Yell at me behind
He
the
did not.
table.
Yeah. He'll
Former
play
Vice
the gateway
President
for
and
kid,
Governor of Indiana. That's it.
100%.
The famous Mr. Richard Nixon,
Nixon.
Dick.
Mr. Watergate himself.
Dick. I am not a creep. Or I'm not a
I am not a crook.
crook. That's
I'm
a
not
creep.
a crook.
Jesus Christ, a strong
I'm a
marker.
creep, but not a crook.
I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, why not? He's World War II age guy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm going with yeah.
You were all correct. He did serve as a U.S. Navy officer, again, World War II veteran. Navy's where it's
No
at,
more
I guess.
veterans
Yeah.
as president.
Listen, you're a Marine in World War II. It's a different ballgame.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
Yes, former Massachusetts
He's a
governor,
Mormon.
senator,
He's
and
His
a-
whole
just
thing.
gonna
His
say,
dad
presidential
couldn't
nominee.
run for
He's
president.
got the
because-
magic underwear. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say no.
No, his dad couldn't run for president because he
He's
lives in
Mexican.
Mexico. Well, he was born in Mexico because all the Mormons that wanted to practice polygamy left to
Yeah.
Mexico, and they have like a huge.
They're still
fucking-
there. They're still
Bro,
there.
they have a compound. I watched a
Yeah.
Vice documentary. I remember that. That was when Vice was
Claire,
big.
he knows too much.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
He's a little too interested in that.
I love politics. I do actually.
Nice
Mitt
spin.
Romney,
Good turn.
no.
You have an official answer?
I'm just jumping on the
There we
bandwagon.
go. Got 3 no's.
You sold it, sir. He did not serve in the
No,
military.
I remember that election.
Jimmy James
He
Carter.
had that Gavin Newsom hair. That doesn't
Dude,
count
he
in
is
military.
like basically
James Carville.
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter.
Oh,
Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter, yep.
Yeah,
Former president.
sure. Let's go with that. Jimmy Carter.
Okay. Not really.
He,
committed to
he's
that one.
been a lifelong public servant. So I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go with yeah.
You are correct. He
Yep.
did serve as a U.S. Navy officer and submariner.
Yeah, garbage politician, but he's big heart guy. Definitely cares about the community.
And last but not least, Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, he had a huge Johnson. He would pull it out on the table.
He would too.
He would. Like that's why they call it a Johnson.
Yeah.
That was
Is that right?
literally yes.
That's
because of him,
hilarious.
bro. He would just whip as a presidential man. He would just whip his schlong out.
Well, not even, well, he was a power guy, so like
Yeah.
he would deliberately insist on
Like,
holding
really?
meetings while taking his shit. So like
Yeah.
if somebody wanted to interview him, like reporters, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, you and you meet me at my home at 3 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon." And at 3 p.m. Tuesday afternoon, the butler, whoever let him in the fucking house, had been
Free
That
Johnson.
kind of energy, I feel like he would have joined the military. I feel like he would have been a cool
All right,
guy
so
to hang
that's
with.
the connection.
I don't know if he's
Yeah, I can see him doing some military action.
yeah, that's
I would vote for him after all this information has been exposed.
it's like
Yeah, I know that.
He did serve as
Yeah.
U.S. Navy Reserve and served as World War II.
And the reserve.
I took a little queer turn there. Oh.
Well, now I know. I'm going to slap Johnson on the desk and
Very good. All
take a
right.
dump.
Well, that about rounds
Yeah,
out our
that was
day
it.
and our
That was
show.
fun.
Yeah, it was
That
a
was
strong
fun.
ending.
Yes,
But,
yes,
Lyndon,
thank you.
A side note, another side note on Lyndon Johnson. If you go on YouTube, where you're hopefully watching us right now, you can just type in like Lyndon Johnson phone recordings, and there's recordings of him because obviously they record everything in the White House, and they obviously leaked. You gotta let him down a little bit. He's talking like that to the Taylors. They're hilarious recordings. Just go to YouTube.
okay, I'm
Lyndon
I gotta find
Johnson.
this.
Yeah,
That's
record phone
crazy.
recordings. Yeah, they're hilarious.
These are
Guys,
normal
made
people.
Claire uncomfortable. Way to ruin it. Sorry.
when the
Claire.
president says my
Apologize to you
bunghole.
and any other ladies listening.
He said, and I quote, "My bunghole. I need more room. You gotta let him out a little bit." But yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan, for coming. We look forward to hopefully having you again. I hope to see you around here. We have
Yes, thank you
we
for
do a
having
lot
me,
of
guys.
events.
This is awesome.
we collaborate
Appreciate
a
it.
lot. We appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming tonight. We appreciate you guys checking us out, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks
again,
for
Armed
having
Forces
me. Thank
Proven. 22
Zero.org.
.org.
Supports.
Get some
Go get
apparel.
some
Check them
t-shirts.
out.
They donate money.
$2.
22
For,
zero
against
.org.
soldiers,
You probably know that.
Zero.